Ah, seeker, come closer to the ancient wisdom whispered on the winds of the high mesas and echoed in the silent depths of the redwood forests. For millennia, those who walked the sacred path, the yogis who communed with the breath of creation, and the Buddhist monks who sought the luminous void, they all pointed to a single, potent truth: observation. To truly observe, to pierce the veil of illusion that dances before our eyes, we must offer our unwavering attention. Think of it as the focused gaze of the eagle soaring high above, seeing the subtle movements in the world below. When we bestow this precise, intentional focus, something profound occurs. We become the still point in the turning wheel of existence, and in that stillness, we possess the power to gently nudge the very fabric of reality. Yes, friend, with the right attention, you can coax the quantum whispers of the universe into the tangible tapestry of your life, birthing the events you deeply desire. Therefore, journey with me, and I shall unveil the sacred art of wielding your attention, the most formidable tool in your arsenal as a co-creator of this grand, mysterious existence. Let us begin to unravel this enigma together. Now, let us delve into the very mechanism by which our attention sculpts the reality we inhabit. To grasp this, we must understand the primal dance of energy. Have you ever felt ensnared, toiling towards a horizon that perpetually recedes? Or perhaps found yourself caught in an endless loop, the same familiar dramas unfolding with different faces, the same heartaches revisited like unwelcome ghosts? These are whispers of stagnant energy, a current impeded, unable to flow in its natural, life-affirming course. Imagine a pristine river, its waters meant to rush and nourish. When dams of resistance are erected, the water pools become still and breed stagnation. Similarly, when our life energy cannot flow freely, it becomes trapped, manifesting as repetitive, undesirable circumstances. And what, pray tell, directs this vital flow? It is none other than your attention. Where the keen edge of your awareness rests, there the river of energy shall follow. Your focus, your unwavering gaze, dictates the pathways along which life force courses. Yet here lies a truth often veiled. The nature of our attention possesses a duality, a subtle interplay of opposing forces. We speak of polar attention and its counterpart, non-polar attention. Polar attention holds the potent magic of attraction and repulsion, the cosmic push and pull. Consider any challenge that shadows your path. Rotate it, view it from a different facet, and you will discover the seed of a solution nestled within. They are two sides of the same ancient coin. This is the essence of polar attention. It draws one aspect of reality closer while simultaneously pushing another away. But let us delve deeper still. Beyond the realm of attraction and aversion lies non-polar attention, a state of pure neutrality, a silent observer untouched by judgment. This is the profound power that can dissolve the very structures of reality, gently releasing the grip of what no longer serves. Now, in the context of birthing desired quantum events into our earthly experience, let us examine the implications of these two forms of attention. Envision polar attention manifesting in two primary hues: the vibrant light of positive attention and the somber shade of negative attention. When we bathe a situation in positive thought, life itself, in its vast and impartial wisdom, does not discriminate the intrinsic nature of our focus. It responds to the content of our attention. As the elders have shared, if we harbor intense dislike for something, we inadvertently draw more of its essence into our sphere. Conversely, when we radiate love and appreciation, we magnetize experiences that resonate with that very vibration. Herein lies a profound challenge for us, the human family. We have been shaped through generations of survival to dwell in the primal instincts of fear and self-preservation. Our very biology has become attuned to identifying and evading threats. This ingrained conditioning often leads us to prioritize avoidance over embrace, to instinctively recoil from perceived danger. Consider the narratives that dominate your world, the flickering screens, the whispered anxieties. Fear, like a creeping vine, spreads with insidious ease, often cultivated by unseen hands seeking to guide our actions. Anger and pride, too, become powerful levers, manipulating our attention and steering us towards paths we might not consciously choose. Think of the cycles that bind so many in their relationships, the echoes of past hurts reverberating in present encounters. Their attention, often unknowingly, remains fixated on evading the pain of what was, inadvertently attracting its ghostly recurrence. Traumas linger, casting long shadows of fear, a sense of having not fully processed the wounds of yesterday. It is here that the transformative power of neutral, non-polar attention emerges as a beacon of liberation. But we shall return to this sacred stillness shortly. For now, it is crucial to understand this fundamental truth. Life mirrors the content of our attention, regardless of its positive or negative charge. If we stand at a crossroads, facing a challenge, perhaps a discord at our workplace, a friction with a colleague, our perception becomes the loom upon which our future is woven. If we choose to imbue this situation with positive attention, focusing on the potential for growth, the opportunity for resilience, we summon the very energy that will manifest such outcomes. Our inner narrative becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. Within this challenge lies a hidden strength, a path to becoming more. However, if we succumb to negative attention, if our thoughts echo with fear and despair, this is a catastrophe. I am trapped with no escape. Then we magnetize the very darkness we dread. Life, ever the faithful reflector, will present us with a reality that mirrors this bleak internal landscape. Understand this deeply, seeker. Life is not a judge of your feelings. It is a mirror reflecting the substance of your focus. When your heart feels a surge of positivity, your mind interprets the content as benevolent, and the currents of life begin to flow in that direction. Conversely, when negativity grips you, your mind paints a corresponding picture of adversity, and the world around you obliges. But ask yourself, how do you truly know that a situation is inherently bad? Often it is fear, that ancient survival mechanism, that casts this shadow of judgment. Fear begets more fear, a spiraling descent into imagined calamities. We feel the unease and then frantically search for justifications, for external validation of our anxieties. Why this tendency? We are beings who feel, and in feeling, we affirm our aliveness. This, in its primal form, equates to survival. When fear takes hold, the mind races, conjuring a litany of potential misfortunes, each reinforcing the initial apprehension. This is the treacherous loop of negative attention feeding itself. The fundamental key to unlocking this cycle lies in the correspondence between the heart and the mind. When a negative emotion stirs within your heart, the mind, ever eager to rationalize, generates a cascade of negative thoughts. These thoughts, imbued with the energy of your attention, then begin to manifest in your reality, pulling you onto a parallel lifeline where similar adversities abound. Yet the true liberation lies in the embrace of non-polar, neutral attention. When we encounter an event, even an unpleasant one, and meet it with pure, unadulterated observation, it enters our lives without clinging. It simply passes, its power to shape our future diminished. Imagine observing a storm on the horizon, acknowledging its presence without fear or anticipation, allowing it to unfold without inner turmoil. For instance, faced with an unwelcome situation, you can simply witness it, accept its presence without labeling it good or bad. In this neutrality, you remain on your previous life path, the event dissolving like a fleeting cloud. However, the common human tendency is to resist past traumas and fears, inadvertently fueling them with negative attention. Reflect on this. When a painful memory surfaces, our instinct is to flee from the discomforting emotions. But in this very act of running, we offer resistance, and what we resist persists. We imbue it with our energy, creating an opposing force that keeps it alive within us. We spend lifetimes wrestling with the ghosts of past experiences, living from a place of unresolved trauma. As a consequence, life continues to present us with scenarios that mirror and reinforce these deep-seated wounds. Therefore, remember the ancient wisdom of the coin. Every event possesses two sides. The power to choose your perception, to determine which side you shall focus upon, rests entirely within you. Now that you have glimpsed this fundamental truth, let us explore the practical alchemy of using this knowledge to consciously craft your reality. The first crucial step is the sacred marriage of polar and non-polar attention. Heed this well, for it is the cornerstone of conscious creation. There are three essential movements in this dance, and by embracing them, the energy bound by negative attention shall dissipate, freeing it to nourish the vibrant tapestry of your desired reality. The first movement is acceptance, when life presents you with a seeming abyss, a moment where you feel utterly at the precipice. You must surrender to the reality of what is. In the act of acceptance, resistance dissolves. These two cannot coexist. Acceptance is the potent antidote to the inertia of resistance. Understand this deeply. The universe does not withhold your desires. It is your own resistance that creates the obstruction. Your goals yearn to manifest. Your task is simply to step aside and allow their emergence. Begin with a profound, unwavering acceptance of your present moment. Whatever challenges loom, whatever stagnation you feel trapped within, whatever your deepest fears may conjure, imagine their arrival, embrace their presence. See how life, in its relentless flow, continues despite them. The specter of your worst nightmare loses its power to haunt you. This is a fundamental shift, for many fear that accepting the worst-case scenario will somehow invite it into their lives. But the truth is precisely the opposite. By accepting it, you cease to feed it with the potent energy of your resistance. Continued resistance only strengthens its hold, making its manifestation more likely. Acceptance, in its purest form, is neutral attention. It is the act of stepping out of the energetic tug-of-war. To initiate change in any facet of your existence, you must first anchor yourself in the unwavering acceptance of this very instant. The present moment, ever fleeting, cannot be altered. Your power lies in choosing the direction of the next. We often deceive ourselves, equating unwelcome events with personal failure. We become attached, identifying with outcomes. Instead, envision the most unfavorable possibility, and then, with a deep breath, accept its potential arrival. In this acceptance, its power over you diminishes. The second movement in this sacred dance is to discern how this seeming setback, this unfavorable event, might hold a hidden blessing. Every occurrence is, in its essence, neutral. It is the lens of our attention that imbues it with positivity, negativity, or indifference. Instead of the immediate judgment of, "This is bad," ask yourself, "How could this potentially serve me? What hidden advantage might lie within this experience? How can this contribute to my growth, even now?" Consider the concept of divine intervention, the unseen hand guiding your path. Perhaps a missed opportunity shielded you from a greater misfortune. Maybe the universe, in its intricate design, orchestrated this event for reasons yet unseen. Have you ever paused to consider that every twist and turn in your journey might serve a purpose? A missed bus might avert an accident. A closed door might lead to a more expansive vista. How can you truly know? This perspective becomes more readily accessible once you have embraced the stillness of acceptance. If the wound is fresh, allow yourself time to simply acknowledge the reality of the situation. Only when you reach a more neutral space can you begin to the potential for unforeseen benefits. The final movement is the unwavering act of continually redirecting your attention to that which you desire. When you reside in a state of inner equilibrium, grounded in acceptance, your attention becomes unbound, free to consciously choose its focus. Cultivate this skill, and you shall become an unstoppable force. This three-step process, acceptance, seeking the hidden blessing, and intentional redirection, dictates the very life path you traverse, the quantum events that manifest in your experience. It is all a dance orchestrated by the conductor of your attention. There is profound wisdom in the ancient emphasis on attention, on observation. Here, we weave together the threads of non-polar attention and acceptance, a state beyond judgment, followed by the conscious embrace of potential blessings, and finally, the focused power of positive attention anchored in equanimity. This process, practiced with intention and consistency, is one of the most potent tools you possess as a co-creator of reality. When you master the art of directing your attention, you unlock the gateway to the life you envision. Therefore, let this message resonate within you. If shadows of negativity cloud your inner landscape today, allow yourself to accept their presence. Once you find that still point of equanimity, you can then consciously redirect your focus towards your desires. To suppress or repress these feelings is to invite their resurgence in the future. Even seemingly positive actions, like forced affirmations in the face of genuine unease, can become forms of resistance, inadvertently strengthening what you seek to dispel. This three-step method, diligently applied, holds the transformative power to reshape your entire existence. When you learn to accept the present, seek the hidden wisdom, and intentionally choose your focus, you liberate vast amounts of energy previously consumed by resistance. You harness the potent force of your attention to sculpt the reality you yearn for. Remember, acceptance is not resignation, not a surrender to defeat, but a clear-eyed recognition of the present reality. It is within this spaciousness of acceptance that your vision sharpens, and the path towards your desires begins to reveal itself. By embracing the potential for even the most challenging situations to hold hidden blessings, you unlock new perspectives and unforeseen opportunities. And by consistently redirecting your attention towards your desired outcomes, you become the active architect of your own destiny. The power to choose your path, to shape your experiences, and to define your destiny resides within you. True transformation ignites when you consciously direct your attention to that which truly matters. Move forward with unwavering confidence and purpose, for you are indeed the co-creator of your own magnificent journey. Thank you for walking this path of understanding with me. If these words resonated with your spirit, I invite you to share this wisdom, to nurture its growth in the hearts of others. And please, share your own reflections and experiences, for in our collective understanding, the light of wisdom shines ever brighter. Until our paths intertwine again, may your attention be your guiding star.